if you're watching right now, you're probably watching a replay. Make sure you leave your comment and your reaction, all right, because it still counts for the first. All right, so there's the notifications. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this edition of MFers Live. Yes, it's July 25th, 2018. It is Wednesday. Hopefully everybody's having a great week so far. I'm just getting our history set up here. All right. So we are on time. Hello, Suli. Hello, Tamara. Hello, Timmy. Yes, hello, everybody. We are on time today. Yes, the update is finally done. All right. So, yes, that was our problem yesterday. The computer decided to do an update. And it took a lot longer than last time. But, yes, we are updated. We are live at 8 o'clock, which is our usual time. So hopefully everybody's having a great time. We are here live in the studio with none other than my co-host, Nacho the Cat. As you can see, he's over here. He's still blinging it out, of course. And we are filmed live in front of a live studio audience with none other than Gordo and Meister Chef in the background. And you can tell Gordo's here. Or should I start calling him Butters? Butters is here. Butters? But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are live. Hello, Jesse. Hello, everybody. Yes, it's great to see everybody here. And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, if your comment, if I do not react on your comment, please put it again. We're going to try to get this laptop working so that I can get everybody's comments going. But we're going to start off like we always do. All right, we're going to do some shout-outs. All right, get a little bit of a handful here. All right, so we got ourselves a little handful. All right, you guys ready? We got MJ, go for it. There you go, Mary Jane. All right, we have Ken and Kelly Grant. We have, what do we have here? We have Brenda White, Christopher Brockel. And I know you're here, Christopher. I saw you pop in, buddy. Yes. We have Verna Lockman. Oh, I dropped somebody. Who did I drop? Oh, don't mess with the Zohan. There you go, Suli Zohan. All right, who else do we have here? We have Kim Hunter. We got another one for Brenda White. Right on. We have Katrina Brown. All right, who else? Another DV. There you go. All right. Okay, Nacho, you send in the positive vibes to DV. Hello, everybody. Yes. So hopefully everybody's having a great day. It is hump day. It is the middle of the week. And I guess it's really not the middle of the week for the kids. It's summer holidays. So, actually, we're almost done. We're almost halfway done the summer holidays because we're almost in August. We're only here. Is it like next week? Next week's the 1st. So make sure you get your comment and your reaction in because, like I said, we have 3 prizes up for grabs right now. See, we have 3 audio CDs. All right, we have 2 copies of Manifest Reborn. All right, and then we have a copy of Manifest Stones. All right, and this is a Canadian hip-hop artist from Pickering, Ontario. We have a lot of hip-hop artists come from Canada. It's great. All right, so we're going to start off with our positive history. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this? All right. So where is everybody's comments going here? They're just disappearing. I'm not getting everybody's. Okay. All right, so 40 years ago today, English-born Louise Joy Brown became the first human to be born after conception by in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization. Her parents, Lindsay and John Brown, have been trying to conceive for 9 years after maternal complications from blocked fallopian tubes. So the year before General Hospital, she underwent a procedure developed by Patrick Steptoe and Robert Edwards, who was awarded the 2010 Nobel Prize in Medicine for this work. Although the media referred to Brown as a test tube baby, her conception actually took place in a petri dish. Yes, it wasn't a test tube; it was a petri dish, and that was like 2 years before I was born. Wow, that's pretty cool. Right on. So she should be 40 years old. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so what other good news do we have? All right, so Neil Young joined Crosby, Still, and Nash on stage for the first time, playing at the Fillmore East in New York, a collaboration that would continue on and off for the next 30 years. But it started on this day back in 1969. That's pretty cool. All right, so another section of the Sinai Peninsula was peacefully returned by Israel in 1979. Oh, that's pretty cool. Diana, the Princess of Wales, opened a new AIDS center in London. That's pretty cool. Back in 1989. That's really awesome. So after generations of hostility, Jordan's King Hassan and Israel Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin signed the Washington Declaration, formally ending 46 years of bloodshed and sorrow, due in part to the initiative and personal involvement of President Bill Clinton and his tireless work for peace in the Middle East. That was in 1994. That's pretty cool. Lance Armstrong, he actually won his very first Tour de France after being given grave diagnosis of testicular cancer. That was in 1999. That's pretty awesome. Well, yeah. So Pratibha Patel was sworn in as India's first woman president. That was in 2007. That's really awesome. So it's only like 11 years ago. That's pretty neat. All right. And also on this day back in 1997, K.R. Narayan was sworn in as president of India, fulfilling Gandhi's dream as the first leader from an untouchable caste. In his inaugural, after receiving 95% of the votes in the Electoral College, he said that the nation has found a consensus for its highest office in someone who has sprung from the grassroots of our society and grown up in the dust and heat of this sacred land is symbolic of the fact that the concerns of the common man have now moved to the center stage of our social and political life. That's pretty cool. And also on this day back in 1965, folk singer Bob Dylan walked on stage at the Newport Folk Festival, plugged in his 1964 Fender Stratocaster, and went electric, tearing into the song Maggie's Farm in one of the most pivotal moments in musical history. Although some folky audience members booed, nothing would stop the leather-clad Dylan from becoming one of rock's rebel geniuses. Dylan, who was expected by fans to save folk music from being overtaken by rock and roll, would later say that he was already a fan of the Beatles. And the first time he heard them, he knew they were pointing to the direction where music had to go. That's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to share this off. Oh, okay, it's going to take forever. Oh, we got it? Maybe. Oh, okay. So we're going to have to do it that way again. Okay. Facebook with their updates. Okay, Facebook, re-update. Put it back so it makes it a little bit easier to share. All right, so we're going to pop out of here. We're going to jump in here. All right. And then, oh, where is it? Oh, got it. Okay. If it's going to work. All right, on our page, MFers Live. There it is. All right, our history is shared to MFers Live. Woo-woots. All right. Okay, so, and yeah, okay, you know what? I got to open this because I have people that popped in here and I don't know. Where are they? All right. So, hello, Nate the Great. How are you? And yes, okay, so we have hello, Kelly. Hello, Nate the Great. Hello, Ken and Kelly as well. And Angie and Sean, yes, we actually have a little special shout out to go out today. It's one of our little MFers' birthdays, yes. Happy birthday to one of our little MFers, Scarlett. Yes, the one who always pops in going, hi, Mike. My Mike. Yes, happy birthday, little Scarlett. Hopefully you have a great day today, dear. Yes, happy third birthday. Yes, I saw that. I had to make sure I pointed that out. It was pretty awesome. All right, so this way I can see a little bit, and I don't know what that is. I got a link. I'm gonna have to check it later. Some about the Wellington Advertiser. All right, so yes, hello everybody. Yes. So we got facts. You know, we're gonna throw a couple facts in here today. Let's see. We got to open this up. Go over here. All right. So you know what? We're going to do this one. Because we missed out our facts yesterday because of technical difficulties, of course. So we're going to get you guys some facts and some positive news today. Okay, so here we go. Here's some facts on beagles. Not the Beatles, beagles. All right, they're actually thousands of years old, too. Beagles are actually a really old dog breed. So old that their exact origins are actually unknown. But however, modern-day beagles' ancestors lived in England around the Roman Empire area, or shortly before, and became popular with the rise of fox hunting in the area. So the very first beagles were actually miniature. Yeah, early beagles were only 8 or 9 inches high, small enough to carry in a pocket, known as pocket beagles or miniature beagles. It wasn't until later that these tiny dogs were bred into the larger hunting hounds that we know today. So if a beagle is purebred, it will actually have some white in its tail. It may only be a few hairs at the tip, or it may mostly be white. But a beagle without any white in its tail is probably a mix. Yeah, so beagle actually means loudmouth in French. Yes, it means loudmouth. Beagles are actually known for being very vocal with barking, baying, and howling, according to Paw Nation, which they actually quoted this. In fact, it is actually believed that the name beagle comes from the Middle French bigoulet, literally wide throat, but more poetically translated as loudmouth. Beagles are actually one of the most beloved breeds in America. Yeah, but as of 2014, they were actually the 5th most popular breed, down from 4th place in 2013. Yeah, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember your favorite Peanuts character, Snoopy, he's arguably the most famous fictitious beagle around. Snoopy was silent for the first few years of the comic strip, but later was given an active imagination and inner monologue. Even Queen Elizabeth II is known as a corgi fan, but the first Queen Elizabeth loved and owned pocket beagles, which were small enough to fit in one hand. So probably should one hand, just it'll work, totally work, right? President Lyndon Johnson also had 2 beagles, and guess their names? Him and her. Yeah, him and her. In the White House during his presidency, we saw actually often photographed walking or playing with the dogs. And yes, singer Barry Manilow adopted a beagle in the 70s and named him Baggle. Baggle is featured on 7 album covers, including one featuring Manilow wearing a t-shirt that read, "I love beagles." And yes, the U.S. government trains beagles to sniff out luggage at airports, helping to find contraband agricultural products and prevent them from reaching American soil. Well, that's pretty cool. Right on, right on. All right, so then we're going to pop back through here. We're going to see. You got presents? That's awesome. Right on, right on. Like I said, I hope you have a great, wonderful birthday, Scarlett. Yes. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. We can get another couple more facts in here, right? All right, so let's see here. Ooh, okay. Now, I don't know if Scarlett's still watching, but she should like this one. Leprechauns. We're going to do some facts on leprechauns. Leprechauns are actually a type of fairy in Irish folklore. They're part of the Tuatha Dé Danann, which are actually a type of people in Irish mythology. So according to legend, if a human catches a leprechaun, that leprechaun must grant that human 3 wishes in exchange for his freedom. And as far as to date, there's actually no female leprechauns. Aw, leprechauns are a little sexist, aren't they? Come on. And yes, leprechauns are also shoemakers. Yes, that's what they're known for. Some stories say they hide their gold coins in a pot of they're pots of gold at the end of a rainbow. And did you actually know that leprechauns originally were red? It wasn't the green, it was red. According to the book Legends and Stories of Ireland, published in 1831, leprechauns wore red and cocked hats, so tricornered, so three-cornered. And yeah, there were red hat, red shoes, and buckles. So according to legend, leprechauns dance the Irish jig so much that they actually wear out their shoes. The original name for leprechaun was lobrekin, meaning small-bodied fellow. Some stories about leprechauns say that they are mischievous. Other stories say they are harmless creatures that keep to themselves. Some legends even say that a leprechaun will carry one gold coin for every year that they've actually been alive. That's pretty cool. Some people claim to have seen a leprechaun and say they're real. Other people believe they're just a myth and really aren't that real. But Lucky Charms cereal has a leprechaun as a mascot. Yeah, come on, the kids are after me, Lucky Charms. Yes. So there's always some quick facts. That's pretty awesome. All right, we're just jumping back and forth here. Let's see how this is going. Oh, he's going to open this one. There we go. Okay. So, yes. All right, so we'll go do a positive story. Let's see one of our positive stories for today. Okay, this is pretty cool. All right. So, India adds a new class to 1,000 schools. And the class is how to be happy. I like this class already. All right. So Indian schools are actually adding a new element of education to their intensively academic curriculums, and it's happiness. So over 1,000 Delhi schools are now kicking off their school day with 30 to 45-minute long happiness classes, in which the kids are taught about mindfulness and self-care rather than math and science. So legislators hope that the program will help to relieve the anxiety and stress that is notoriously with Indian curriculums. So this is a quote. We have given best of the best talent to the world, says Manish Sisodia, Delhi's education minister, according to the Washington Post. We have given best of the best professionals to industry. We have been successful so far. We have been able to deliver best of the best human beings to society and to the nation. So the news outlet goes on to emphasize the rigid structures of the nation's educational system. Top universities typically only accept students with test scores of 98% or higher. Emphasis on grades and testing has triggered high rates of stress amongst public school students. And India's industrialization process has pushed thousands of students to pursue careers in skilled labor positions, which has raised concern over whether grads and young citizens are ignoring the importance of creativity and wellness. So if a person is going through our educational system for 18 years of his life and is becoming an engineer or a civil servant, but is throwing litter on the ground or engaging in corruption, then can we really say that the education system is working? Says Sidosa, according to the Post. So, but with the happiness classes, teachers talk with students about inspirational figures and uplifting stories. Pupils undergo guided meditation, and they're asked to visualize things that make them happy as a means of improving their mood and motivation. The best part, there's no grades, tests, or even textbooks for the class. Though Indian teachers only have anecdotal evidence of the course's success since its recent implementations, a similar U.S.-based meditation program has experienced dramatic success amongst at-risk students. So the Quiet Time program shows a 65% decrease in violent conflict, a 40% reduction in stress and anxiety, and 86% reduction in suspensions over a 2-year period, along with a dramatic increase in self-confidence, creativity, and happiness. So Yale's own course on happiness and wellness was so popular with their students that they actually started teaching it online for free. That's pretty cool. So an 11-year-old Delhi student summed up the lesson of happiness classes quite nicely by saying, quoting, we should work happily. When you work sadly, your work will not be so good. Yeah, that's really cool. She just nailed it right there. Nailed it right on the dot. What is that? Nice. Okay, that's a new button. Okay. All right, so we're going to share this off this end. Oh, yeah, it's just tweet, tweet, tweet. All right. So let's see. We're going to go here. We'll go back up here. See how everybody's coming. Hello, Jen. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Yes, it's great to see everybody popping in today. So, yes, so we just did a positive story. Love my work. Your work's awesome. It is. Thanks for tuning in, Kelly. It's always great to see you. Of course. It's awesome. All right. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you pop up a comment, I don't respond to it, please be patient and write it again. Laptop froze again on comments, but I'm going back and forth from reading facts, some positive stories, and also reading everybody's comments. So we're going to go back and we're going to read another fact. Let's see what facts do we have. All right. So we got some facts on Blue Jays. All right. And we are talking about the bird, not the baseball team. I know a lot of my Canadian MFers will be like, oh, Blue Jays, talking about the Toronto Blue Jays. No, these are Blue Jays. And the funny thing is Blue Jays aren't actually blue. In fact, the pigment of their feathers is brown. Scattering light in the structural parts of the feathers actually cause us to see the blue colorization. Yeah, but it's not. It's brown. So the oldest known wild blue jay actually lived to be at least 17 years and 16 months old, which is nearly 2 years older than the oldest recorded northern cardinal. Yeah. So many birds are actually adopted as the mascot of teams. And the Blue Jay is no exception. The Major League Baseball team in Toronto is the most famous team to actually use the bird as its mascot. Yes, I was just saying that, Toronto Blue Jays. So Blue Jays are actually omnivores, but they mainly stick to vegetation, berries, acorns, and more. While they're infamous and sometimes loathed for eating the eggs of other birds, this behavior is actually quite rare. So the ability to mimic the calls of hawks, like the red shoulder hawk, it's believed that blue jays use the calls as a warning or to trick other species. And guess what? Blue jays are very aggressive and territorial, but they have been known to get bullied by squirrels, grackles, and Florida shrub jays at some feeders. Yeah, so they get bullied, so no wonder, right? Come on. If they weren't so bullied, the bird world worked together too, right? But sometimes blue jays take ants and wipe them across feathers, a practice known as anting. Scientists believe they do this to make certain ants secrete their harmful spray so that they're fit for digestion. Yum. And the birds are actually found extensively across the eastern and southern portions of the United States and all the way into North America, right? But they're very, very slowly expanding their range into the Northwest. The blue jay is actually in the same family as the crow. And yes, the blue jays form monogamous relationships that can actually last multiple breeding cycles. A pair will usually stay together until one of them dies. Blue jays have some pretty awesome relationships. That's pretty cool. That is. All right. So let's see if we're going to pop back here. Hello, Sarah. Hello. And Mary Jane just popped in. Hi, Mary Jane. How are you? Yes, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for yesterday, but we made sure we came in today. We're going to read you guys. Like I said, we're getting some facts going. We're doing some positive stories. All right, trying to put them all together for you. Oh, look, Big Sexy's in the house. How you doing, buddy? It's great to see you. All right, so let's see. We'll get another positive story going in here. Let's see here. So we'll open this one. Who wants to open? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay. This one's pretty cool. Okay. I like this one. This is, I so give the bus driver props for this one. So a bus driver stops his route so that he can actually maneuver road work. Yes. So most bus drivers are on a tight schedule, but that didn't stop him from this compassionate. That didn't stop this compassionate transit worker from taking the time to help an older blind man maneuver a street that was under construction. So 69-year-old Gene Hubbard is blind from diabetes, but he has still been going to work unassisted for the last 20 years. He knows exactly how to get to his place of work in Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from the bus stop. But when the intersection recently went under construction, he found himself in a tricky spot. And I'm quoting him, right? So if I don't have a regular locating point to start from, I may as well be in the middle of the ocean, Hubbard told WITI. So thankfully, 28-year-old Thaddeus Turner could sense his distress. So when the Milwaukee County Transit System bus driver noticed the streets of orange cones at Hubbard's stop, he parked the vehicle, followed the man down the step, took his arm, and helped him to maneuver past the roadwork. His job was made even easier by an oncoming car that stopped traffic to allow them to pass. Little did he know that the driver, Sydney Kazmierzak, was simultaneously taking a picture of Turner's good deed so that she could send it to the news outlets and praise him for his kindness. I feel like I was placed there at the right time to capture this moment, writes Kazmierzak. I'm so happy I quick pulled out my phone to snap the picture. Thad deserves to be recognized. So Turner, however, doesn't think much of the incident beyond offering credit to his fellow bus drivers for the same kindness that they show their passengers every day. The route was barricaded. It was rough for me as a driver. I can only imagine how rough it was for him, Turner told CNN. I was surprised when I saw it in the news. I didn't think I would be here right now over something that is a second nature to me and my colleagues. So see, you didn't ask to be recognized. Somebody just noticed it. That's pretty cool. That is. And yes, I've seen bus drivers do that. They're pretty cool that way. And yeah, he stopped his route. Boom. Dead in the tracks. Got out. Helped the man down the steps and across the road. That's pretty awesome. That is. All right. So we're going to go, what? Oh, no. Okay, so, you know what? I got to go find that again. Okay, so, let's see here. So we're going to share this off. And then we got to go find our show again. It disappeared. All right, so, okay, so that's that's the class of happiness. All right, so that's shared off. And then we're going to share off the bus driver story. All right, so we're going to pop this onto our first live. Okay, now we're going to go find that page. Where is it? Okay. Try this again. Hopefully it'll open. There we go. Of course, always. Everybody's welcome. I love having everybody here. Always. Okay. So let's see. We're going to get some more facts going. Oh, there. Facts. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read this fact. Now, hopefully nobody's allergic. I know that a lot of people do have peanut allergies, but we're going to do some facts on peanut butter. But please don't worry. Hopefully you don't break out just by listening. All right. Oh, okay. So, arachidotrophophobia. Yes, I know that's a big word, right? Arachidotrophophobia is the fear of getting peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth. Yeah, so stuck up here. You know, on this side, up. And women and children actually like creamy peanut butter best. Me personally, I like my crunchy peanut butter. I do. Anyways, I just love crunchy peanut butter. And see, this is why we're going through the facts. Women and children like creamy peanut butter best, as where men like chunky peanut butter best. The world's largest peanut butter and jelly sandwich is actually made in Grand Saline, Texas. And it weighed in at a whopping 1,342 pounds. Oh, now that's one biggest sandwich. It actually takes 1 acre of peanuts to make roughly around 30,000 peanut butter sandwiches. We spend almost $800 million on peanut butter a year. Yeah, $8 million a year on peanut butter. The average child will actually eat roughly, and that's the average child. Okay, now I'm saying that every child, okay? That's why it's the average child, because there are some children who have peanut allergies, so they can't have peanuts, right? But yes, the average child will actually eat roughly 1,500 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches before graduating from high school. I guess I'm above average.
You triple that.
Well, based on roughly about 180-day school year, I'd say I ate 2,160 just in school. That was just in school. And that doesn't count like weekends and summers either. But if you took all the peanut butter that Americans actually eat in a year, it can actually coat the floor of the Grand Canyon. Yeah. So if you add the amount of straight peanut butter plus peanut butter products consumed in America each year, they weigh to about 1.5 billion pounds. And yes, peanuts are not nuts. They're legumes. They're legumes. I know you should, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I had the video. You should have just seen Gordo's face just now. Yes, they're not actually nuts. They are legumes.
Nuts.
So it's actually inaccurate to actually call it a nut butter, but it is usually referred to one anyways. Most peanut butters are actually vegan and gluten-free now. It might be cancer fighting as well. Girls between the age of 9 and 15 who regularly ate peanut butter were 39% less likely to develop breast disease by the age of 30. That's pretty cool. The South actually has the best climate for growing peanuts in the United States. 60% of them are actually grown in Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, and half of that, 60%, is actually used to make peanut butter. Excuse me. And yeah, there's roughly about a jar of peanut butter in about 75% of homes across Canada and the U.S. About 75%. I think I got about like 3 or 4 jars of butter in my cupboard. And trust me, Gordo's got peanut butter in his cupboard. Master Chef's got peanut butter in his cupboard. I think we all do. Yeah. Well, it doesn't help. We're not allergic to peanuts or anything, right? So.
Oh, if I was allergic to peanuts, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, because you eat peanuts straight, like straight out peanuts right from the shells. Big bag of shelled peanuts. Let's see what else. Okay, and yes, not everyone is crazy about peanut butter, especially those who are allergic to peanuts. About 1.3% of the American population is allergic to peanuts. Sorry, and I know that's not fun. That's not a not so fun fact, but yes, about 1.3% of Americans are actually allergic to peanuts. All right, so that's pretty cool. All right, so should we see? Oh, we got that factor. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna pop back in here. Hello, Peter. How are you, my friend? It's great to see you popping in. All right, so Okay, another set here. Let's go. Okay, we're going to do another set of shows. Sorry, so keep digging here. Because we're on the 25th. We're like 6 days now. 6 days. 6 days. All right, so we're going to grab some. All right, guys, ready? Let's see. We have Pat Reed. There you go, brother. All right, we have Yvette Prince. Tremblay. Oh, sorry, Ariel. I didn't mean to throw you around. All right, so we have Ariel, Alyssa, Amber. Oh, Michael Mondigo. There you go, Michael Mondigo. Oops. Dropped you. Sorry about that, Pita. I know, Pita Salinka. And of course, we got one out there going out for Mike Kilberry. All right, and our special one to go out today is Christine Kirkwood. Put this back here for you. Yeah. Send some positive vibes up to Christine Kirkwood. There you go. There you go. Yes. All right. So you know what? That is interesting. That is really interesting. Oh. All right. Hello, Becky. How are you? All right, so we're going to go find ourselves another positive story. This is interesting. This is actually a good one. All right, so human trials for artificial kidney could actually begin this year with the very first patient implants in 2020. So, implantable bio-artificial kidney may be ready for human trials by the end of the year, according to a recent update from the researchers. So, if approved by the FDA, the breakthrough creation could save thousands of patients currently on the transplant list for a new kidney. The Kidney Project, which is the coalition heading the contraption's development, published an update today. Saying that they have been asked to conduct additional preclinical testing before receiving approval for human trials. So I'm quoting them. So while the request for additional evidence was not anticipated, it is a measure of the revolutionary nature of our planet, or our project, that there is no precedent for safety reviews of similar technology and materials, wrote the organization. In that light, it is understandable that the research ethics boards are requesting additional data to document the safety of the bio-artificial kidney. So the project, which is headed by researchers from the University of California, San Francisco, the University of Vanderbilt, and the National Institute of the Biomedical Imaging and Bioengineering, says that they're optimistic about receiving approval for the trials by late 2018 or early 2019. The coalition first started causing buzz on the internet after they published their groundbreaking research back in February. Sorry. So creating an artificial implantable kidney would be an epic advance in medicine and could address a chronic shortage of donor kidneys needed for transplant. So researchers have been at this quest for the past 15 years and keep coming upon one extremely knotty problem: how to keep the blood flowing smoothly through the artificial device without clotting. In such devices as blood pellets respond to mechanical forces. They have a natural tendency to clot, causing a device malfunction. So while dialysis saves thousands, if not millions, of lives each year, it is not an ideal solution for kidney disease. Instead of continuous blood filtration, which keeps blood chemistry within a healthy range, dialysis results in ultra-cleansed and nutrient-depleted blood, which becomes gradually more toxic until the following dialysis treatment. An artificial kidney would provide the benefit of continuous blood filtration, It would reduce kidney disease illness and increase the quality of life for patients. While researchers have made progress on wearable models to make the device implantable, driven by the body's own blood flows, the clotting problem would need to be resolved. So the implantable artificial kidney, a bioengineered device that combines a high-efficiency silicone filter and a bioreactor of kidney tubule cells, is designed to accommodate up to a liter of blood per minute, filtering it through an array of silicone membranes. The filtered fluid contains toxic water, electrolytes, and sugars. The fluid then undergoes the second stage of processing in a bioreactor of lab-grown cells of the type normally lining the tubules of the kidney. These cells reabsorb most of the sugars, salts, and water back into the bloodstream. The remainder becomes urine that is directed to the bladder and out of the body. The researchers generated simulation and optimization results for 2 device designs that each channel blood through the artificial kidney filter system. Through simulation, they calculated that an individual pellet may flow through the artificial kidney as many as 1,000 times, accumulating stress and increasing the tendency to clot with each pass. One design distributes blood through parallel channels that passes across multiple layers of filtering membranes. The other channels blood back and forth through a singular serpentine path. Both designs actually meet the researchers' predetermined criteria for the uniform flow of blood through the devices. An accumulation of shear stress forces the pellets against the wall of the device flow channels. So the simulation approach has accelerated the project by saving an animal experimentation and offering a viable alternative to examine the pros and cons of different devices that contact blood. This is a quote. So to do that in animal studies is time consuming, expensive, and at some level, you never know if it's going to work out because animal blood is not the same as human blood, says Sewell Roy, one of the study's co-authors. So will the device have all the functions of a native kidney? No, Roy said. But the goal is for it to perform the functions that are critical and to be a device that once implanted will allow a patient to drink freely, have mobility, better health overall, and unlike a transplant, not require immunosuppressant drugs. So we are hopeful that the first clinical trial will begin in this year, Roy told Snoops back in March. If all goes well and funds are available, we could be on the market as early as 2020. That's pretty cool. The Kidney Project says that they already received an abundance of applications for human trials. Screenings will actually proceed once they receive approval from the Board of Ethics. That is pretty cool. Of course, they're going to have a lot of people applying. A lot of people would, because kidney transplant, right? There's so many people waiting, like on a waiting list of this. It'd be crazy not to. Yeah, I'd be game. I'd totally be game. If I need a new kidney and I'm on a waiting list, for a transplant, I'd be like, yeah, sign me up. Let's try it. See if it works. To be the first to actually have something, implanted into you that works, that's awesome. All right, okay, so I'm going to go pop back here. Okay, so I shared that out. Okay, I'm going to pop back here because I got so many comments coming in here. Hunter, how you doing, buddy? That's my bad. I'm sorry. All right, you have yourself a great night, Jen. All right, you sleep tight, all right? Of course, peace, love, and positivity, Hunter. Always, always, always. All right, so I think we got another fact here, right? Oh, yes. Oh, of course. All right. Let's see here. Open this up. All right, here's our facts on crib. Now, before you start going, crib, we're going to talk about babies' cribs. No, we're not talking about cribs. We're talking about the game of crib, also known as cribbage. So the origins of cribbage are actually uncertain, but The game actually dates back almost 500 years, at least 500 years. The rules of cribbage are actually simple to learn, but can actually take a lifetime to master. The highest possible hand in crib is 29, and it's known as the perfect cribbage hand. There are several impossible totals, point counts, which cannot actually be made with any hand. The lowest such total is 19, hence the expression a 19 hand, or I have 19. Almost universally, perhaps sarcastically, used to describe a 0-point hand. I've played crib for a long time. So yes, when you hear someone go, oh, I got a 19-point hand, means they got nothing. Because no matter which way you total up the combinations of crib, you can never get a hand that totals to 19. Yeah. Cribbage has given the English language a number of expressions, which is hard to imagine doing without including level pegging. Yeah. What a turn up, or a turn up for the books, streets ahead and pegged out. The fact that the crib alternates with the deal means that on average, the lead should also change hands with every deal, which means it ain't over until it's over. The biggest possible improvement in your score from the cut is actually 20. 20 points, yes. So when you hold two fours and two sixes and cut a 5, it's a 20-point hand. The first dealer in the game actually wins roughly about 55% to 60% of the time. The distribution of cribbage hands. What is the most common point value of a cribbage hand? And what is the average point value? All right. So the Math World cribbage page has a graph showing the frequency of different hand values in crib. This shows that the most frequent point value, ignoring the skew effect of the discard, is 4, closely followed by 2. It's usually what I get. 4-point hand. 4 hands. 4-point hands. That's what I always get when I'm playing crib. Always. I'd be like, 4 points, 4 points, 4 points. The average point value of a hand is 4, of course. In real play, scores will be slightly higher because of the discard, but the distribution is quite similar. The 5 scores 2 conjecture. Does any hand containing a 5 score at least 2 points? The answer is yes. This question is addressed in detail, and it's actually there's computer programs in parallel to generate all possible such hands and verify the conjecture. That's pretty cool. That's, all right. So, okay, that's all we actually have, really. That's pretty cool. It's going good. Always, Verna. Always. Hopefully, you're having a great time too. All right, so we're going to read. Oh. I guess we're going to pop that back. Okay, those are good size. Okay. Now this is really cool. This is okay. So when tourist accidentally pays 100 times his taxi fare, driver actually tracks him down to return it. Yes. An honest-hearted cab driver is being praised for returning hundreds of dollars worth of fare to a Chinese-American tourist after they accidentally overpaid. The Chinese driver, Zhang Peng, has been working in the capital city of Shan in the Shanxi province when he checked the online wallet of his WeChat app and saw that one of his passengers had paid 6,500 yen for a 65 yen fare. So for perspective, that's paying about $950 for a $9.50 ride. Yeah. So Ping suspected that the payment had been a mistake, and based on the time of the payment, that he guessed that it had been made by 4 tourists who he had picked up from the train station and dropped off at a nearby hotel. So when he failed to contact the group through his dispatchers, he simply went to the hotel and explained the situation to the clerk at the front desk. The man who made the payment came downstairs to meet the cab driver and was stunned to hear about his mistake. It was his first time visiting the Chinese city, and he says that he had been confused by the app's online payment system. Understandable. These systems like WeChat Pay and Alipay are all new to me, he said, according to the South China Morning Post. I don't really know how to use them. In the U.S., when I pay, there's usually a space for decimal points. So I thought I had to do the same here, and it ended up accidentally paying so much more. He was even more stunned when Peg turned down a reward and insisted on refunding him all of the excess fare. So needless to say, the tourist left him a sparkling review on WeChat. This is what I'm quoting what he put. I can't believe it, he wrote. For some people, money is their only goal, and 6,500 yen is a lot of money. I felt so excited yesterday because you returned it. I really appreciate it. And yeah, he turned down a reward and everything. Yeah, see, there's a lot of honest people out there, ladies. Yeah, there's a lot of honest, good-working people out there. There is. Okay, so shut that off. Tweet this out as well. Okay, now, so here. Okay, oops. Now, where is that? Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. So we're going to get this kidney one up onto the Amazon Facebook page. All right, and yes, we're going to share this. That's pretty cool. That's 100 times the amount, yeah. And the company didn't have to. You'd be like, your mistake. Thank you very much. But he didn't. He did. He tried to go through the dispatchers. Dispatchers couldn't find him. So he took it upon himself and went to the hotel that he dropped them off and made sure that they got their money back. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see here. So why is it not opening? Okay, we're gonna try that again. So, come on, open. All right, there we go. We got it up and running again. Okay. So yes, that was our facts, and that was our positive news, and I squeezed it all in. Easy. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody for tuning in, and you'll hear your positive history. Got to hear a bunch of positive stories. Got to do our facts, and we squeeze it all in one day, of course. All right, now hopefully we have no more updates for the next little while, and so we can pop in on time every time now for you. All right, and I'd like to say thank you very much for everybody tuning in. All right, to the ones out there, I know that you guys are watching. I keep track of my numbers. I do. Yeah, on my phone and the tablet, and the laptop, the desktop. I keep track of it all, and I know that there's a bunch of you not commenting and reacting, which is all good. It's all right. It's totally understandable. Okay, some of you might be doing it because you don't want the prize. Not a problem. Some of you are shy. Like I always stress out enough. You guys can always reach out. Not a problem. If you're too shy to come talk on After's Live, you guys can always reach out to me, and we can always chit chat. Not a problem. All right. But I want you guys to all know. All right, it's showtime. All right. Okay, and all my MFers, the ones that you guys tune in every day or like every other day. Well, you guys tune in. All right, you guys are my MFers. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. All right, I love each and every last single one of you. Because you know what? If it wasn't for you, MFers Live wouldn't be where it is today. Yeah. MFers Live 2018, the year of PLP. All right, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and bearing with me. All right, make sure, don't forget, yes, we had that quick little feed. I think it was about a minute long, I think. Make sure you guys get your comment reaction on there, okay? Because, it does count. It does, okay? And, yeah, we only got like 6 days left right now. Come on, we still got 6 days to get more prizes. So we have 3 CDs up for grabs so far for August 1st. So it's going to be pretty cool. So thank you from myself, everybody in the live studio audience, and plus, of course, from Nacho. We want to thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us. All right. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's our fact day. So we're going to get a whole bunch more facts. I'll probably try to squeeze in some more. Positive stories in there, of course. Hey, Rich, how you doing, brother? Hi, buddy. And Gordo, how long ago did you write that message?
What? At the beginning?
What up? It just came up on the laptop. Yeah, it just came up on the laptop. That's funny. But yes, I'd like to say thank you to everybody for coming to hang out with us. We're trying to make this the best show that we can for you. All right, so if you have any suggestions, please feel free to contact me or MFers Live. Always. Let's see here. All right, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. I can't even say the same amount for time because the amount for time has been fluctuating. It has been totally fluctuating. All right, well, you take it easy, Rich. Okay, buddy? Always take it easy, okay? Try to think positive thoughts, all right, brother? Always try to think positive thoughts, okay? You lost a loved one, but always remember, think the positive sides, okay? Think of the positive memories that you've had, and stick with those, okay? It'll help you through it, okay? And like I always, if you guys ever need to reach out, please reach out. I'm always available. Like I said, if I don't respond, I'm either A, sleeping, or B, at work, or C, I'm doing MFers Live. I don't respond to my messages unless you guys pop in. Okay? But always, please feel free to reach out if you need somebody to talk to, okay? Like I always say, try to look at the positive side of life. It is pretty great. It is. Okay? Try not to think negative. Always try to think positive because mind over matter. Always remember that, okay? As long as you think positive and you surround yourself with positivity, all that's going to happen is positive vibes all over the place. All right? So, if you guys are watching me live right now, or you're watching me on a replay, or you're just listening to the audio, always remember those two words. Those two words that I love to say to you. Okay, and I say it because I believe it, okay, and I do. Okay, and you always got to remember, if you can't say it to yourself, always tune into my show, or if you want, you guys can reach out to me, and I'll say to you personally, always remember that you, always remember, ladies and gentlemen, that you matter. Okay, and always never forget that. Okay, and in the words of Bill Nye the Science Guy, let's help save this world. I believe the best way we can do that is by spreading a little bit of peace, love, and positivity. See you tomorrow night.